Attack on Titan is a mecha. The Titan shifters are mecha pilots. Child soldiers forced by evil governments to pilot humongous meat killer robots for war. The characters themselves want to be free and see the rest of the world. There's a lot of politics, old men talking in parliament giving very passionate speeches. The anime itself makes several references to Evangelion, and the main character is German. You know who else is German? I'm not saying that AOT is even the least bit unoriginal. If anything, I think it's even more original to be able to integrate all the elements I'll mention here and repackage them in a fresh and appealing way. That being said, Eren Yeager is basically a mixture of Lelouch, Kamina, and the rat from Ratatouille. The movie Pacific Rim is arguably the best live-action giant robot film ever made. The sequel, though! The pilots operate giant mechs called Geass to defeat the mega-sized monstrous kaiju. I'd like to make a callback to a specific shot often used in mech shows, the in-mech close-up. Since the main way fights take place in these shows is with large wide shots to capture both gigantic fighters, you need a specific type of zoom-in close-up to show how the pilot feels and what they're thinking about during battle. Because these stories are often about the people piloting the mechs and not just the mechs, this shot is often used. Gurren Lagann is my favorite mecha anime for two reasons. No! Kamina and Simone. And Yoko too. Gurren Lagann starts with humanity being trapped underground, forced to keep digging to escape the effects of the earthquakes being caused by what they believe are giant monsters above ground. Until one of them suddenly shows up at their front gate and changes their lives forever. Kamina has the spirit of over 100 freedom fighters. He's a troublemaker, defender of the weak, and most of all has an inhuman desire for freedom. He hates it underground and wants to see the rest of the world. He hates being like cattle. Kamina embodies all the ideals of the Scouts, and if he was in the AOT verse, he'd join the Scouts, no hesitation. And almost likely fucking die.
The AOT verse is brutal, fam.
You see the parallels though. Kamina has a lot in common with Eren, but mostly also with Arun, since they both strive to achieve their father's dreams.
Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, baby.
So when I told my American friend Abdi about the idea I had for this video and the fact that I'd be talking about child soldiers, he started chuckling and said that I'd be an expert on the topic because I'm, well, African.
You can't keep getting away with it!
But unluckily for him, I said that he'd be an expert too. Abdi didn't like that, and I don't feel very safe. I'm not gonna act smart and say I understand the societal effects of race-fueled oppression, child indoctrination, and the political scheming of various nations have on the human condition. But I can draw a few parallels between two or more anime. Children are forced to shoulder the burden of the previous generation's mistakes and rectify them. The military taking charge of the shifters or pilots and using them to further their own agendas. In Code Geass, the Japanese are given the name 11s and are even sometimes called monkeys. This is some Frieza Zoro type shit. And after Britannia took over, the Japanese are slaves or at least subpar citizens who are demonized for existing, much like Mali does to the Eldians in Liberia, calling them devils and such in the internment zones. Look, I'm burning out. Hopefully you get the idea though. During my recent rewatch of Eva, I noticed a lot of shit that I had in the first time I watched it 7 years ago. 1, it's really fucking good. 2, the animation is so good. Look at this walk cycle, my goodness. Look at how smooth this thing. Look. 3, Rey is not even a person, much less a character. White paint drying on a white wall is more interesting than Rey. The director even forgot she existed. And 4, it has a lot in common with Attack on Titan, so I'm gonna go through it as fast as I can. The Eva pilots reside in the necks of the Eva, so do Titan shifters. Nav using the children to fight is a lot like Marley's warrior project. Both of them have a very loud German who saw their mother die. Okay.
Hey yo, what the?
That last one isn't really solid, but you get the point. Isayama during an interview confirmed he was a fan of Eva but couldn't get on board with how much of a bitch Shinji was. And you know what? Me too. In fact, I owe an apology to my homie Abdi for all the bullying I did for him liking Eva. Let me hit this man up.
Yo, Abdi, what's up?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. Bro, I finally got to watching Eva, and I'm sorry. I've been rewatching it.
And what did you
think? I watched it, bro. It was actually good, bro. The animation, bro.
What the
shit? The animation.
It's just crazy how when I'm right, put some respect on the Evangelion series, nigga.
To be fair, Ava really has a big impression of being too overcomplicated and just being posh.
No.
in general, bro.
They're the forerunners. They're the beginning.
They're the start. They're the next. They're everything, bro. Neon Genesis for life.
But when I did a rewatch, it's actually pretty good, bro. The last episodes.
Well, we don't talk about that. But we just talk about.
What about the end though? What about the end of Ava though?
The end of
that was insane.
don't know. I had to go watch a 30-minute YouTube video after that. Kind of got lost myself too.
I literally downloaded a whole Crunchyroll playlist. Turns out there's like several Evangelion timelines. It's like an hour-long video, like all 47 timelines.
There's even
explained.
a one where Shinji's happy, so you never know. These timelines are confusing.
But I recently discovered that Attack on Titan is apparently a mecha, bro.
Really?
Nah, bruh. Like, apparently it is. For real. Just give me a damn minute, bro. I'm opening up the damn tabs. Nah. I'm not used to being in control. I'm used to the woman dominating me. I'm sorry.
Oh, stop.
The pressure is making me flinch, bro. I'm losing my words. I was reading this article, bro, where they're like referencing how Attack on Titan is pretty similar to Code Geass in a way.
But for mechas though, even though they're not the forerunners, Neon Genesis and Code Geass would be my tops. I feel like.
You think Code Geass is better than AOT?
That's a hot debate, but I gladly will stand by Code Geass. And baby, I'd give Code Geass better than Death and AOT combined.
Bro.
I'd give Code Geass everything.
But I watched that shit back in the day, and I just remember wondering why there were mechs there. I felt like everything that was done with mechs could have been just done with people, bro. Like it kind of felt.
You saw how the people look. Skinny Sticks, the best fan service I've seen.
There's 2 points AOT has above Code Geass, bro, and it doesn't have tons of fan service and literal shower scenes. And the second thing that AOT doesn't have
what are we here for? If I don't get a
bro,
in the anime, I don't want to watch it, bro.
We're not here for tables. I'm pretty sure people aren't here for tables.
This table scene was one of the hottest scenes in anime manga since the decade.
Nah, this woman defiled table code, bro.
I was ashamed that we didn't get a 3 with 2 lesbians. I'm just ashamed that we didn't get that.